All right, guys, I'm just checking on my particulars here, make sure everything is looking good. Not with the market, but with my setup. I do not want this crashing today. All right, so what a night. They did it while we were sleeping, hey? Stop losses and profit, fam, every single time. In my personal opinion, we are going down. But there's a bit of manipulation happening right now. And we could see the manipulation on the first hour here. So I'm doing some live trading with you guys. So I will be live trading. I will be doing some live trading, guys. And we'll be watching the fireworks with New York. All right. So, how is everyone doing today? Did everybody set stop losses and profit, or even just stop losses in general when you were heading to bed? That would probably be the best thing. We'll cover Aave, guys. Aave's still going down. Aave's looking really, really good. But top of the hour here, we have Bitcoin completely faking out. So ideally, Bitcoin did break into the New York Open with London session closing. We did break this area right here, and we dropped, and now we're pretty much back testing, and then we're going to continue to drop. But of course, New York has to manipulate and do crazy stuff like that. So essentially into the first half an hour, or even in this area here, you should be ranging around here. There's a possibility we pump all the way up to here just to go for that liquidity. But this should be the technical top before we start dropping. All right. Right here should be the top. You might get a wick to about 87.2. But you guys can see Bitcoin is really all over the place, right? So this should be the top, though. I'm in a short right here. We'll see what happens after the first hour. In this session, guys, I am going to be trading more than I do on the live at night. So I might be looking at Bitcoin a bit more than I normally do. I know we look at other coins, but we'll see what happens. Clearly, New York is pushing up for this previous high here, which is fine. I personally think it will be manipulation just because you already did back test right here. So, but anything could happen, right? Market is all over the place. You got 23 minutes left on this hourly close. And pretty much what happened the other day was that the New York session dropped and pumped, pretty much the same thing. So we may go for a double top, possibly. We'll see what happens here. New York, eh? You know, the New York session is the most volatile, guys. So essentially, we can see London distributing New York manipulating, and Tokyo, which is Asia, accumulating. Okay, so we'll see what happens here the first hour. Olga, how you doing? Argil, how you doing? Dusty, how you doing? CJ, DV, Kevin. This is fun. I like going live in the morning, but I like going live in the morning when everything's working. I have to have my VPN on, so it looks like it is working, which is great. We'll see what happens here. This should be the top. Like, ultimately, you are back testing this break of trend. But New York is really going for a fake out here. And one more thing, too, is if you look at the 1 hour in the New York session, we are completely overbought. Very, very overbought. So this should be the top. If we follow what we did last week, this will absolutely be the top. But I don't like how that 15-minute is oversold. Let's see what happens. $88.7 looks like a good short. If it will get there, right? Because the thing is, the trend broke. So this is the uptrend from Tokyo and Tokyo and London. But it is a downtrend channel. So there's a very big possibility we pump up to that 88.7. We'll see. We will see. This retested the trend, though. So typically when you retest a trend, normally it is going to continue back down. But we are in a New York session, which means that we are in a manipulation session. But I've got all my ducks in a row today. I'm able to look at trades. I updated my computer. Everything is looking good. So while Bitcoin is figuring out direction, I am going to show you guys Ethereum. Ethereum is getting really ready to take off. By take off, I mean dump. Ethereum is right here. So any coins that are going to follow ETH are probably absolutely flatlined. Aave, whatever, right? So this is my next short right here at the break of 2,800. Aave is still a short if you guys wanted to play Aave. Obviously, Aave is not really going to drop until Ethereum comes crashing down. But you can see Aave is all over the place too. But Aave should come down to 176 at this point. But it's kind of just riding the downtrend. Now we'll see what Bitcoin is going to do here. After this 1 hour close, we should get some more direction in the market. Again, this should be the top based on the fact that we broke the trend. It is very, very hard to recover a trend like this for whales. Because if I'm a whale, I'm not saying it won't, but it's just very hard to. And the reason being is because you've got this clear uptrend. If I'm a whale, I'm really looking for a break of the next area. But again, anything could happen, right? Lozo, what is up? Bitcoin is really gliding this trend line right now. Bitcoin is really, really gliding this trend line, guys. But we all know what Bitcoin does. We all know Bitcoin wicks down, down, down. We're just really waiting for the 1 hour to close, right? I got to make sure I got my channel drawn properly here. Yep, channel's drawn properly. 5 minute almost overbought. And then essentially, I don't like how that 15-minute is oversold, but that 1 hour is overbought. I don't see us going up much more. I'm going to short right here, 87K. That is my short because we did break the trend. ETH, man, ETH is about to dump, guys. Focus on Ethereum. Ethereum is about to drop. ETH is right there at that trend line. 1 hour overbought. I don't like that 15-minute, but technically broke trends, so we'll see what happens. Welcome to day trading in the New York session, guys. We're pretty flat right now. Trying to glide that trend line, trying to pick up on that trend line. Wouldn't everybody just love if we crashed all the way down to 80K right now? What would be the good entry for a bonk short if Bitcoin came up to 88.7? Ethereum bonk. To be honest, I don't think Bitcoin's going to come to 88.7. I'll be real with you, but for bonk would probably be right where it was. And that's just based on the trend. Maybe next time, but we'll see what Bitcoin does. Anything could happen, right? It's a manipulation candle. But the trend would be, you're still in that Aave short. Let's go. The trend would be here at the moment. So now bonk is in a major bearish flag. You would get into a bonk short right here at the break of this trend. Loza, you're holding strong on Aave. Maybe you see something I do. So if you're looking for a bonk short, right here to right here, and essentially you're looking for the back test. I'll tell you guys why I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to 88.7, because if we held this uptrend 100% all day, but we're in a downtrend market. So even though resistance is whatever it is here chilling, even though it's in that area, you're looking at a break of a little uptrend here, which is very, very hard to recover. It's hard to recover in a normal market, but it is hard to recover in a downtrend. I'm not saying we won't. Anything could definitely happen. Bitcoin is just riding that trend line. First candle upon us almost into the New York session. So obviously we know this is manipulation. New York is really, really good for manipulation. They manipulate a lot. We have 10 minutes left on this hourly candle here. All right, what do you guys think? A little poll for you guys. Do you think the market is going to dump, or do you think the market is going to pump after the 1 hour candle? Because after the 1 hour candle, the direction is going to kick in. The question is, do you guys think Ethereum is going to pump or dump? Because Ethereum is really what we got to pay attention to here. Once Ethereum breaks this trend, guys, this is absolutely going to drop. And I mean drop very, very hard. So any coins that are on the Ethereum ecosystem will completely dump. This is why Aave is not doing anything. Literally nothing. It is waiting for Ethereum, as is every other crypto project. But you're waiting for Ethereum to pretty much go here and then down. You think pump? Okay, Olga says pump. Possibly, you could be right. You could be right. All I know, though, is that New York is about manipulation. So the key thing we can see here is it keeps on going up, but it is riding that trend, right? Riding that trend. Let's see what happens. We could also double top here too. We got 10 minutes left in this candle. Nine minutes left in this candle. Manipulation candle. Manipulation candle all day. Okay, maybe we possibly double top here. Okay, you might be right. It might come to the top. You might be right. I'd be surprised if it did, because we broke that trend, but you might be going for that double top wick too. The thing is, guys, this isn't a downtrend, right? So if you look at right here, technically Bitcoin could, if it wanted to, it could technically go up to 88.7. That would be the next resistance if it. Yeah, no trend matters right now. Now, this is a manipulation session all day. It doesn't matter what we think Bitcoin is going to go to. So pretty much double topped. And you even broke this little uptrend right here in the 1 minute. 5 minute is now finally oversold, but I don't overbought, but I don't like that 15-minute time frame. That 15-minute time frame is really, really ugly. I would love to drop. Obviously, we know we're going to drop. We're overbought in the 1 hour. The question is, where's Bitcoin going to turn around? 88.1 is the 618 from yesterday's drop. Is it? Are you on log? Yeah, you're right. It is 88 or yeah, around there. I'm on log, so it's a bit different than yours. But yeah, pretty much around 88. Would 87.7 would be the 618 because I'm on log. It is a different scale, which is pretty much used to trade crypto. I'll explain later in a session why I use log, guys. A lot of your charts are going to be different than mine. A lot of people are on regular. I use logarithmic because Forex and crypto, well, specifically crypto, number of days, I'll go into it later. But yeah, typically I am on logarithmic. Wow, this market is insane. Top of the hour here into New York. Double top, not even a double top. But yeah, technically, if you wanted to draw your fib there, Loza, I appreciate you. Set for life crypto. How you doing? Carry trade unwinds Friday. Expect the whole market to drop. Can't wait for dollar XRP. There you go. Right. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left for fireworks to explode, and we'll really find the real direction of the market. And here's the thing. With this little wick here, Ethereum hasn't done nothing. So or you could draw a fib from 80,000 to 95. GP, are you on log or are you on regular? How you doing, brother? I'm waiting for that ETH all day, all day. So I personally believe the market is going to dump at any moment. But it doesn't matter what I believe. It matters what New York is going to do. Aave had a little bit of a fake out here. Little bit of a fake out on Aave, but we should come down to that 177 target. And the only reason Aave is faking out is because of Ethereum. That's it, right? So guys, we could possibly have a big drop on the live. We'll see what happens here. Shemetric, how you doing? Thank you. Welcome to the fam. Appreciate you for commenting. Shout out to all the new people, guys, join the live here. We go live in the morning between 8 a.m. and 8:30, and in the evening between 8 p.m. and 8:30. We all know Bitcoin is going to drop, right? Like the 1 hour is completely overbought. The question is Is it going to be the next hour? Is it going to be the next hour? Or is it going to be in the next 5 minutes? Based on what I'm seeing here, if we close below, I think we got our answer, especially with the 5 minute overbought. But yeah, there's a specific reason why I'm on logarithmic. My numbers match a lot more. Like if you look at here, I'll show you guys something on log. Okay, so Bitcoin's Mickey, how you doing, brother? Okay, I see. I see what Bitcoin is doing now. Retracing the dump. That makes sense. So remember when I showed you guys the other day that we dropped, but that was a little fake out right here and you had to redraw your channel? Well, if you redraw this trend line from here to here, which would be that 88.7 target, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I was going to do log for you guys. So after that trend break, I just personally don't see Bitcoin going to 88.7. It could very well could. That is a smaller trend. I don't know, man. This channel's sure. Okay, let's do the channel there. So the bottom of the channel on log, on log is 71K. If I'm looking at regular, we're looking at 66K. So that is a very, very big difference, guys, from 66 to 71. Just by having it off log or regular. And again, trade how you want, right? But there's a specific reason why I'm using log. Tim, how you doing? All right, fireworks. What is Bitcoin going to do? We all just wanted to dump to 81 today. That's the reality of it. I don't think I'm going to get what I want, though. This is literally right here. Like, came back inside of the channel. And then we also could just range. That's another thing, too, but we're manipulating, so. Okay. So here's a downtrend channel. If Bitcoin did want to hit that target around 88.7, if it did. Fireworks, right? $66K BTC. So the 15-minute is going up, guys. 15 minutes almost overbought. 5 minutes almost overbought. 5 minute is overbought. We should have some direction. Shout out to everybody on the live here. This is the New York session. They're trying to get everybody to go long, and they're trying to get everybody to go short. Pick a direction, right? So the 15 minutes almost overbought, so we may wait till that 15 minutes overbought. We'll see. Do I use FVGs and order blocks? Absolutely, fam. Look at this. All day, all day. Order blocks, and I use fair value gaps as well. So, yes, I do 100%. Okay. You know what? We did break the 15-minute. So here's the back test on the 15-minute trend right here. You've got that break of trend. That's why I didn't believe we were going to continue to go up. Anything could happen, though. A drop to 81K would make me very, very happy because then I know Ethereum's going to break, and I also know Aave will tank, which is essentially what I want. So these are fair value gaps. So I'll go over order blocks and fair value gaps in our training in the new year. But essentially, an order block is where price hits for stop losses. And essentially what a fair value gap is what price always comes down to. This is exactly what happened yesterday, guys. The market pumped a bit, came up a bit, and then dropped. I don't know. I don't like the 4-hour going up. Definitely don't like the 4-hour going up, but that really doesn't matter because the 4-hour MACD is pushing down. Again, guys, I'm in a short at 87. Bitcoin's obviously waiting for that 15-minute or something. Manipulation all day, all day. It'd be great if it did something rather than ranging. Wow, I'm surprised how slow Bitcoin is right now. Wait till the first 15 minutes, then you'll get real direction from Bitcoin. Okay, what is Ethereum doing? Still ranging. ETH is right there on this 4-hour close. Right there. You've got 53 minutes left. I've never seen a trend line fake out as much as I do right now. Obviously, this is a 5-minute trend. It could break. And it could definitely go up to that 88.7 target. Wow, this market is insane. 1 hour is so overbought on Bitcoin. I guess, yeah, it would make sense for us to test 88.7 because that would be the top of the trend. So if you're looking at your daily, it would definitely make sense for Bitcoin to test here and then to continue back down. It would make sense for that to happen. But again, what New York does in manipulation areas usually doesn't make sense. So overbought means that the stochastic RSI or momentum oscillator is very, very overbought. 15-minute is moving up, so there's a bit of momentum moving up. But once this 15-minute heads to the top, that's when momentum will kind of steady a bit. Michael, what is up? Thank you guys all for being on the morning live. We're just really waiting. Bitcoin keeps on gliding that trend line. Like, that's crazy. What is Aave doing? Jack, nothing. Bearish divergence on the 30-minute on Bitcoin. Nothing. Retrace the breakout. Every coin is doing the same thing. Literally gliding by the breakout. Every coin is doing the same thing, fam. Literally the same thing. Okay, what is Bonk doing? We were looking at Bonk yesterday. It is right there. It is literally right there. Aave is doing nothing. Hey, that is a good thing, right? That is a good thing if Aave is doing nothing. Bonk. Could essentially break here, and you're looking for the back test. And then you're looking for a drop. When Solana hits 100, you're buying a lot. Okay. Keep in mind, Solana could go down to 90 bucks, $45. But yeah, it is good to buy at 100 for sure. So we're really waiting for that 15-minute to become overbought, guys, in the market. That is essentially what the momentum pushing down would do. See what happens after this 15-minute candle. We just get a big sell all the way down to 83. That'd be cool. Everything is waiting for Ethereum to drop. A lot of coins are built on the Ethereum ecosystem. And everything, I mean, every coin is waiting for Ethereum to drop. Most coins, like even, okay, so Uniswap broke out a bit, kind of. So Uniswap could potentially pump to about 530. Could. That's if ETH holds. If not, then we're going to come down, but it is in a little bit of an uptrend. Pippin is dumping fast. Holy, that is a drop on Pippin. Wow. That is an absolute dump on Pippin. I wanted the short, but it is too volatile for sure. That is a wicked drop on Pippin. Absolutely crazy. And the funny thing is, if you are looking at Pippin, Pippin is still, nope, never mind. I was going to say Pippin is still at resistance, I mean support, but it isn't. 8-hour MA, 1908 MA is also the same spot. There we go. GP coming in hot with the MAs. Literally everything is in limbo in the market, guys. Like, let's go look at total 3. Total 3 is not looking too shabby here. Total 3 is ranging. It did backtest the breakout, but I don't see altcoins moving, so it could be a fake move. But technically, Total 3 did backtest right here. But we all know we're in a downtrend in the initial market, so any backtests could be a fake out. And we know what happened Monday, guys. You do not long a downtrend. You do not long a downtrend. Yeah, there we go. I think the drop is going to start shortly here. We keep closing below that trend line, and now the 5 minutes coming down. So a little bit of a rounded top on your 1 minute time frame. And this 1 hour is very, very overbought, guys. So this will be a complete drop if it does drop. It won't. Once it starts going, it won't be a fake out. My short is 87K. I'm holding it. And then obviously Aave. Now, technically, Bitcoin could bounce off of here if it really wanted to, but with that 1 hour being completely overbought, I don't see that happening. We will come down to 85.3 for sure. 85.3 for sure. Oh, this is a tweezer reversal. Okay. You've got a body close here with wick to wick. So if that closes red, that's for sure going to drop. Is anybody shorting right now? We're moving down slowly, but with that 5 minute dropping, that 15 overbought almost. And it's not even that the 15 is overbought. We already broke the trend. So we broke the trend on the RSI already. Now, actually, Bitcoin's in a little, I wouldn't call this a Batman pattern, but basically what happens now is if you look at the RSI, Bitcoin has this much more room to come down to the bottom. So whatever we're at right now, technically, that means that this should be the top based on the fact that we broke the 15-minute trend. You're shorting Pippin. All right, let's take a look at Pippin. I don't know. It is looking okay to short, but Pippin is really doing nothing. I would say it could come back to 41. It might not. But anything could definitely happen for sure. If it breaks here, it's a good short. It already broke the uptrend. The thing I don't like is that Pippin is in the middle right now. So you're kind of ranging right here. You know, Pippin's been the leader of the bullish market, guys. So the traders in Pippin might know something we don't. Or, sorry, might know something we possibly know, but this is crazy how good Bitcoin is holding right now. Because typically when you break a 15-minute trend, you're typically going to drop. Like, that is just typically what happens right away. I'm staying live until this drop. I don't care. I already know it is going to drop. Like, the 1 hour is overbought. So we're just really waiting for the time frames to catch up. Market is in limbo, guys. Market is in limbo. Let me look at my Ichimoku cloud. What is my take profit for price today? Well, if we can actually get anywhere, my take profit would be I would say about 83.5. Craig Beats, how you doing? I'd be looking at 83.5 for my take profit, personally myself. If I go look at my liquidity blocks here on Bitcoin, Aave is trying to come down slowly but surely. It broke here. Let's see. Now it broke here, so definitely should be coming down shortly. Same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be coming down shortly too. So if I'm looking for my liquidity gaps here on on Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin has really good support, guys, right here, which it continually bounced off of. It back tested the support right here. Same here. So 83.7 area, but honestly, after the drop, providing we drop, I'd be looking at about 81. If we're looking at the daily, because the daily actually broke trend, you would be looking at Bitcoin coming down to 74.6. Stocks are tanking. There you go, right? So after Bitcoin breaks this real gap here at 85, guys, you're really looking for about 79 to about 75. But in the shorter term, because the shorter term matters more than the daily, you've got a lot of support around 83.5 to 83.7 in that area right there. Let's look at the SPX. SPY. Great. I don't like when my computer doesn't load because weird stuff happens. Why is it? Okay, let's look at NDX. NDX isn't doing too much. Let's look at ES1. Okay, so we're flat on ES1, but we're in a rounded top on ES1. So here's the thing. The trend broke on ES1. If you guys don't know what ES1 is, S&P 500 E-mini futures, basically. You got a huge rounded top on ES1 that has been ranging. So I can see ES1 coming back down, right? All right. Is the magic happening yet? Again, for the people just tuning in, non-financial advice, but I'm going to short at 87. But we need Ethereum to break. For anything to happen, guys, we need Ethereum to drop. Shout out to all the new people here, guys. Subscribe. I appreciate you guys. We do 4 hours of live a day. If Ethereum drops, I will be so happy. Because I'm lining up, right? Like lining up my plays. Ethereum just needs to break this support right here. Like really, you got 33 minutes left in this candle. You got the 18-hour dropping. You broke trend on Ethereum. Nope, never mind. You didn't break trend, but you did break the 4-hour. And your 1 hour is very overbought. We are absolutely going to dump. The question is when. How long did it take us to dump yesterday for the people that were on the live for the little time? I think it was literally around 9:30 is when we started dumping because I know my live was half an hour or about close to an hour. And then everything went south, but ETH just dropped through the 1 minute order block. There you go. If you guys are looking for a good trade, guys, a low leverage long on Aave. For those of you that don't know why I'm in Aave, Aave is absolutely going to tank. As long as you got enough range from here to right here, you're good. I am looking at Aave dropping down to pretty much 160 and ultimately 166. So yes, Aave could bounce around in this area, but we pretty much broke the trend. If you're looking at taking this trade, not financial advice, but it broke trend, is gliding the breakout. I would do 5x, give you a bit of room to wick up for Bitcoin shenanigans, but Aave is going to dump. And when Ethereum dumps, Aave is going to dump very, very hard. When it happens. 30 minutes after the open. Hey, CJDV? Well, we're lining up with 30 minutes here. Let's see what happens. I said Aave short. Sorry. If I said long, I meant short, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Bitcoin's just gliding the trend. Ludicrous. This is literally like a Batman Phantom pattern right now. This right here is a major dump coming. That pattern right there, major drop coming. Major. This pattern. Monero XMR is gaining strength. That might mean that people are putting money into Monero. Yeah, Monero's pumping right now. The drop on Monero will be very, very fun. Very fun. Monero's at a huge uptrend. And bounced off here. So Monero could technically hit Monero broke out. Monero could pump all the way up to about 563. Would I long it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'd long anything right now. I wouldn't personally myself, non-financial advice, but I personally see a big drop coming. I've ignored signs on Bitcoin before when I see these patterns. So whatever we're waiting for, we're waiting. You can also see the volume decreasing here as well. Monero, the real ZEC. There you go. I'm staying live until something happens. Either we break out of this or we drop. And I don't see us break. We could for sure. I'm not going to say, crypto is crypto, right? So you're just gliding this trend line on this 1 minute. 1 minute rounded top. That's insane. Just keep the 1 minute there. Let's check out ETHFi, guys, because ETHFi, 78 cents. That's brutal. Remember when ETHFi was, I don't know, ETHFi was $1.87. Looks bearish. Only thing to save it is a short squeeze or manipulation. There we go. And CJDV, we are absolutely in a manipulation session for New York right now. 100%. Look, ETHFi even broke this trend too. So ETHFi broke the trend and can drop all the way down to 66. ETHFi would be a good short. Right here, ETHFi would definitely be a good short. So it honestly looks like, guys, we're getting set up for a big move. Whatever it is a big move. We're ranging. We're just ranging with the 1 hour overbought. Bitcoin is flat. All right, let's see something here. You're literally right there. You're literally right at resistance. So here's resistance on the drop, just so you guys know. And I don't see Bitcoin breaking this resistance with the 1 hour being overbought. So we could just be pushing up to the top of the RSI. But that is a double top on the RSI right here too. Wow, I've never seen a chart more bearish till now. One big drop Bitcoin, then Ethereum can dump. And then we'll all be happy and make a lot of money shorting. And if we look at ETH here too, guys, same thing. Ethereum 1 hour RSI double top. Anytime you see a double top like that, a big drop is coming on the RSI. Ethereum price crashes at 667 million liquidation wave hits market. Haven't seen nothing yet. Haven't seen nothing yet. So we've got the 4 hour going up, which is obviously pushing momentum up a bit. But after this 4 hour close, I want to see this where this 4 hour actually is. All right, guys, so it does look like we are trying to come down. So after this 1 hour close, we're probably going to come down. The only thing I don't like about this is that you do have a little bit more room here to push up to the top of the RSI. So a little bit more room, but this is the resistance on the RSI right here. And with you being that overbought, I don't see us breaking it. ETH-FI a good short at 85.1. So ETH-FI already broke the trend, which means that it would actually be a pretty good short now. Because if you line up this channel right here, this is a downtrend on ETH-FI. You broke it. You back tested the break of trend. So ETH-FI would be a good short around 79 to 80 and then run it to about 71. I can't really, it could possibly come back to 85, but the thing is we're in a downtrend. So what I would do is hop in a short, non-financial advice, right? If it breaks here, you just look for a better entry. However, you can see it is in a downtrend. ETH-FI is going to be a wicked short, wicked. Fear and greed is at 11. Is that the lowest that fear and greed has been at for a while? Let's see. Fear and greed index. Investor sentiment. CN. What? No. No. We're not doing that one. There we go. CMC. Bitcoin sentiment. There we go. Extreme fear. Last week, extreme fear. This week, extreme fear. Last month, extreme fear. Where's the Bitcoin rainbow chart? Let's look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, guys, because this Bitcoin rainbow chart actually has been decently well. Okay. So halving was here, pumped all the way up to here. Halving was here, pumped all the way up to here, and then dumped. Halving was here, pumped, and then dumped. Halving was here, pumped, and dumped. Okay, so we know that the halving was here. We didn't even pump as high as we could have. We're into the fire sale, and Bitcoin is dead 65K. So anytime Bitcoin hit this region, we have bounced up based on the Bitcoin rainbow chart. Keep that in mind. So the Bitcoin rainbow chart is a very prominent chart. All right, Bitcoin, any moment now would be cool. Wait for this 1 hour close. Wait for this 15-minute close. I haven't seen Bitcoin hold a trend this much after breaking a trend. I don't think I've seen that for a very long time. What do I think of BTC on the monthly? Well, the monthly is absolutely dumping. So the monthly is telling us that if we're looking at a fib on the monthly from this low to right here, because keep in mind, Bitcoin did break the uptrend. And typically when you break an uptrend, guys, you are going to come back down, especially on a rising pattern. So if we go from the top to the bottom here, we're looking at Bitcoin hitting 57 on the 382, which would actually be a normal retrace. And then obviously a lot lower. That's on the monthly. So that's like a 6-month to a yearly time frame. But typically before the monthly close, things do start to dump. So you might notice before the monthly here, Bitcoin is really starting to drop. All right, let's see if Bitcoin manipulates and wicks everybody out. Crazy. At this point, I don't even know what we're waiting for. Are we waiting on news? I think someone mentioned there's news in the market. Did someone mention there was news in the market, guys, at the moment? Yeah, there is absolutely no direction on Bitcoin at the moment, zero. So it looks like Bitcoin's going to push up to 88.7 based on that, possibly. Avi's coming up here a bit. Bitcoin's pumping. We did break trend, but now we've got a head and shoulder too. I have not seen Bitcoin this overbought for after breaking a trend. So here's the deal, guys. We're hitting the top of that RSI now. Remember what I was saying earlier in the live? We might hit the top of the RSI before we drop. Now we are hitting the top of the RSI. So you've got 10 minutes left here on this candle. And this is the top of the RSI. So moment of truth here for Bitcoin, which makes sense why we didn't drop. We've got that resistance right there. I want to see what happens after this 1 hour close. I know we're at resistance. Ugh. Going to have to wait a bit longer. Now, if Bitcoin breaks the RSI, then we could potentially break, but everything's just so bearish on the 18 and the daily. I don't see it happening. We'll see though. Yeah, so we faked out of this trend right here. So as of right now, Bitcoin could potentially pump to 88.7. It could. Doesn't mean it will, but it definitely could. This is just a manipulation session for New York. Check bookmap. I have bookmap on my PC, but I'll open up something that takes less power. Yeah, so there's a very possibility, guys, that this would be the top 87.7, which is that wick in the shorter term, which is your sweep, which is around 87.7. So we got 1 hour left here on this resistance on this candle. And based on what I'm seeing now, it does look like Bitcoin's trying to push up to the top of this resistance right here. So maybe goes sideways until it hits here and then continues back down. I just want to see what it does after this 1 hour candle, because that is a 4 hour closing, and you are technically very, very close to this break right here. Yeah, this is a major area to trap longs. I'll tell you that right now. But the key thing we want to pay attention to is the RSI. This RSI, if it broke it, I'd be shocked because we're overbought. But so you take that high to that high right here, and that would line up with your resistance right here, as Olga was saying earlier. Eight minutes left, right? Which doesn't really matter. Altcoins aren't really doing anything. Bitcoin's moving, but altcoins are not. Ethereum's kind of moving. Ethereum is honestly just ranging. 10 minutes left, guys. We will see if Bitcoin breaks out or reverses right here. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's going to try and push up to that resistance before dropping. Now you've got a triple top. Yeah, altcoins definitely will pick up a bit for sure. So it looks like Bitcoin is pushing up to here. Are definitely going to try, which was the retrace of the trend. We'll just wait 5 minutes. We'll see what happens. Literally you're at resistance on your RSI now. So if you break out, you break out of your RSI, but you need to still break the downtrend right here. Now I'm going to have to redraw another trend. Because now this would be your new trend potentially on BTC. Yep, Bitcoin's going for that break. Five minutes left in this 1 hour close. Huge manipulation, guys, because we can see that Bitcoin broke the trend here and essentially back tested the break into the earlier session. Now we got a channel here too. At this point, we know we're going to try and push up to 88, whatever that is, 88.5. Now you've got bearish divergence on the 5 minute, and bearish divergence would be on the 15-minute candle. Yeah, you're going for that 88.5. I'm personally shocked because we did break the trend and back test it, and we even broke the 15-minute trend. So this is honestly just bearish divergence at this point. Now we're going to head to the top here, which is essentially that break at about, what is this? 88.5 to 88.6. Crazy. And Ave's back at 190, which is obvious. Altcoins are yeah, it looks like everything is going for a double top. Altcoins too. Okay, moment of truth here, guys. The 1 hour is pretty much closed. It does look like we're breaking out of it, but we are overbought in the 1 hour, so we'll have to see. All right, so 1 hour close is coming up here. And I would say we're going to push up here. I don't see why not at this point. We already broke out of this little consolidation trend here. Okay. Let's see, Bitcoin. Did you break out? One hour broke out. The 1 hour absolutely broke out. But now I'm going to draw another trend. It did break out for sure. Now the question is this going to be a fake out? Because the RSI broke out in the 1 hour. So now we do fake out, and this is when everybody thinks we broke out. Or what do we do? Man, this is crazy. Manipulation market into New York. Like, okay, so I would say we're going to hit about 88.7 as of right now because the RSI did 100% breakout. We can see it right here. It does look like, guys, at the top is probably going to be 88.7, okay? If Bitcoin breaks 88.7, there's a big possibility we move up. I don't see it breaking 88.7. I don't even know if I see it hitting 88.7, but sure, let's go for it. Or 88, yeah, 88.7. It could also just fake out and completely dump, but this is a manipulation session for New York. So make sure you guys got your ducks lined in a row. Nothing is really going to happen, it looks like, till after the 18-hour close. And I would just wait till that resistance. It did break trend, but now this is your new trend that we're following. So technically, this is a new trend we're following. And now for Bitcoin to drop, it would need to break right here. All right, guys. So if anything's going to happen, it looks like the market is going to drop when it hits that previous resistance right here, which would be about whatever that is, 88.5, 88.7, that area. Probably 88, yeah, 88.5. Or we could just dump right now. Obviously, we know we're in a manipulation market. So if I'm looking at my 5-minute, thing is, we have no more liquidity blocks to go after. So we could just dump right here. Because the block, or we could back test it too. We could back test it as well. It looks like we did break out, but we're faking out in the RSI. Of course, manipulation session, right? Yeah, I got nothing on Bitcoin. We're in a manipulation session. We're kind of faking out. So 88.5 could be a thing, or 88.5, whatever this is, possibly 88.6, 88.5. But it looks like Bitcoin is faking out of the breakout, which of course it is. I want to stay live for the drop because I know we're going to drop. I know we are going to drop. So I want to stay live for it. But that 15 minutes is almost overbought. There's a back test again. So now we're once again back testing. Now we're back testing this part of the trend. Okay, guys, so we're going to end the live off there. Nothing is really happening in the market. If Bitcoin drops, it drops. Know that Bitcoin could potentially push up to 88, 88.5, 88.6. That should definitely be the top. It could potentially fake out here. Keep an eye on this. And then keep an eye on your 15-minute. Oric, what is up? How you doing, brother? Not much of an oracle right now, man. This market is crazy. It is completely going against my TA. 100%. So, of course, after we get to that region, guys, we're probably gonna drop. We're already overbought in the 1 hour, so. Should I stay live a bit more? Maybe I should. It does make sense that we did touch the top of the channel here. So that would make a lot of sense that this would be the rejection point, actually. But It all depends. Yeah, we're definitely faking out. You guys want me to stay? All right, I'll stay because I have a feeling anytime I go off the live, it drops. Or yeah. We'll chill. We'll chill. We'll hang out. Ave's dropping again. Okay. So double up on my add more to my Ave position. Ave is all over the place, but that already broke the uptrend. So we're waiting for the 15-minute, guys, at this point in time. Shout out to everybody on the live, guys. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, I appreciate you guys. We're in the manipulation session for New York. Make another pot of coffee and I have some tea. I don't really drink coffee, but yeah, it works. Like, man, this is literally a Batman. Like, if you guys don't know a Batman or a phantom pattern, this is one of the most bearish patterns in the world. This is indicating a major drop. And it does always play out. Now, it is a 15-minute time frame, but we'll see. We push up to 88.7 where we're absolutely going to drop. I know we're going to drop. So that's why I'm staying on the live, because I know as soon as we drop, I'm going to be off my live. It's weird. Well, at least we know, guys, for this 1 hour candle, we are definitely pointing down. We did break out of the RSI on the 1 hour, and now we're kind of rejecting the breakout. So something like that. So for the next 1 hour here, you are definitely dropping. And this 15 minutes about to be overbought. So when this 15 minute is overbought, should get some downtrend momentum. See, there's a possibility that this is actually the break of the trend. Because if you go wick to wick, line up your body close with these wicks right here, it pretty much did touch it. So the problem with wicks like this, guys, is you never actually know where the channel is. But anywhere in this area right here would be. There's a possibility this was the bottom of the channel. The only thing I don't like is the wicks right here. So you have to match up multiple wicks. And then you'll know where the back test of the channel. So we're definitely back testing and we're definitely going to drop 100%. The question is, are we going to push up to that 88.4 to 88.5? CJDV, how you doing, brother? Okay, the 15-minute close on Bitcoin here. I don't know, guys. This is just ranging. I say just ranging, and now the 15 minutes coming down. So technically, if this breaks 87.1, then we should come down. This is manipulation all day. New York is manipulating it all day, all day. Literally go to wick everybody out and then manipulate, essentially. That's why your stop loss has got to be good. So now you can see, guys, we're faking out. We broke out on the RSI on the lower time frame, but now we're faking out. Bitcoin is literally all over the place. That was a crazy wick on Aave. That's why I say 5x. That is why I say 5x. So even Aave's dropping here in the 41-minute candle. Oh, a drop would just be nice already. This whole fake out rejection BS is driving me crazy. Okay, guys, so I'm going to end the live off here only because this is probably going to range for a bit more, and I do want to look at my trades. But essentially, we are faking out right here. You're probably going to range for another, I don't know, probably for another hour or two before the 18-hour close. Because if we're looking at the 18-hour on Bitcoin, we are dropping on the daily and the 18-hour. We're pretty much just back testing that trend that we dumped to. So once this 18-hour closes, we should start to get some downtrend momentum. But we'll be back on live today, guys, around 8 to 8:30 p.m. And then we'll either look at a drop or a pump. 88.5 is still possible. But there will be a drop coming shortly. I'm just tired at this point waiting for the market and, yeah, exhausted. So I hope you guys have a great day. If you're looking at the next target on Bitcoin, you would be looking at about 84.3. Just so everybody knows once we do start to drop. But we'll see you guys on the live tonight around 8 p.m. to 8:30 CST. And then that's what I got for you guys today. We're just in limbo. Nothing is happening. Even though we pumped a bit, even though we're showing bearish momentum, we're in limbo. Bearish divergence all day here. Okay, I hope everyone has a blessed day, guys. Set your stop losses and profit. We'll see how tonight goes.